All right, major essay project one. I've finished assessing your polished drafts. So I want to go ahead and walk you through how to, one, access your feedback and interpret the rubric, and then address any concerns with the grading policy for our course. So first, we need to open up the document that we submitted for our polished draft. So in order to do that, we need to, if we're on our Canvas homepage, we need to go to Assignments on the left side. So I'm going to click Assignments. What you're going to do is find the slot that says Major Essay Project 1 Polished Draft. So you'll click on that, open it up. Now, because I'm in student view, mine isn't showing a file, but yours should. It should show the file that you submitted for your polished draft. So when you do that, open it up and turn it in, and you may need to click on the document to make the feedback appear. So what you'll see in most instances, you'll see a few scattered blue boxes with a white dialog bubble in the middle, so you can click that box and then the comment will appear. But in all cases, you'll find a paragraph at the bottom of the document in blue text that has my overall feedback. Okay, so make sure that you see that. If you have any issues with that, like I said, you'll need to click your mouse in the document itself to make the feedback appear in some instances, but it should be there. So make sure that you look at that. Now, because I was commenting on your first drafts and second drafts, I didn't leave extensive comments on the polished draft because in many cases I've already commented on those things in the previous draft. So what I did is I filled out the rubric for each of your drafts. So what I'm going to do, actually, if you're watching this video, you should already see I sent you a message with the link to your individual rubric. So what I did is, and for each of the characteristics that your essay had, I highlighted it and then I turned it in bold and then I underlined it. Okay, so if when you see the characteristic bolded and underlined, that means that it applies to your essay. Okay. Now, in some instances, some of the characteristics aren't. They have elements that maybe don't necessarily apply to your essay. So let me just give you an example of this. So for right here, this characteristic conclusion primarily summarizes the essay's main point and does not address the so what question. And then there's a semicolon that says is uninventive. That doesn't necessarily mean that both characteristics apply. It's just that's generally overall what characteristic matched your essay. Okay. So another example here, so writer does not display consideration for effective organization techniques, little or no use of paragraphs. Maybe you did use paragraphs, but it was just disorganized, so that's what would apply to that. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm happy to talk with you about it and address any questions. But you'll open up your rubric, you'll look through, look for the characteristics that are underlined and bolded, and that applies to your essay. Okay. Now, if it's in the exceptional column, that means you did it exceptionally well. And exceptional means it stands out from the rest, right? Ready means that you met that requirement or that challenge adequately. It's ready, great job. If it's something in the not ready category, that means that I want you to address that in a revision. And in most cases, if you did have things in the not ready category or column, then that's something I wanted you to focus on in revision for your essay. Okay. All right, so going to the grade and project breakdown. So you'll want to open up the document. You can access this in Canvas. And this is something that we should have looked at the very start of the semester. So this all, of course, is applying to Major Essay Project 1. You submitted 3 drafts, Draft 1, Draft 2, and the polished draft. The polished draft is what I was assessing, right? So just to understand the grade breakdown, if you received a note of exceptional, That means the student has surpassed the expectations of the project. Great care has been taken by the student to ensure the piece of writing is exceptional. In terms of quality, the piece of writing stands out from the rest. So that means that your essay, most of the characteristics, or the characteristics in the exceptional category, your essay had. So if you're going through and you see that most of those are highlighted, then chances are your essay was an exceptional piece of writing. Ready, student has met the expectations of the project. There are some concerns that could be addressed in a revision, but overall the piece of writing is effectively composed and revision is optional. So you have the option to revise the essay and to try to turn it into an exceptional piece of writing, but that is up to you. So overall the project met the challenges of the overall, your piece of writing meant the challenges of the project, but again, there's a couple of things that could be addressed in a revision, but it's optional. Now, if you received a note of revised, not ready yet, I want to just clarify that does not translate to a grade. Just because you might have a note of revised, not ready yet, does not mean that it wasn't a good piece of writing. It doesn't mean that it was a failure or that you did terribly. That's not what that means at all. It just means exactly this right here. Student has not met all expectations of the project. Some key concerns need to be addressed in a revision in order for the project to be considered complete. And in that case, a revision is not optional. You need to revise based on the feedback that I provided, okay? So if you have questions about any of these things, again, I'm happy to address them for you. You can talk to me about it. We can set up an individual Zoom conference if you'd like. But overall, hopefully this makes sense. But again, if not, let me know. All right. So that should do it, hopefully, for all of these items. So again, I'm sending your individual prompt, or I'm sorry, the rubric to you in a message. Don't be offended that I don't leave a message. I'm just going to send the link in a message just because there's 21 of you. So just to save myself a little bit of time there. But all right, y'all. Well, I enjoyed reading these drafts. I'm looking forward to continuing to read your writing in this course. So, all right, take care for now.